Magandang gabi Pilipinas and welcome to Tibay at Tatag. Mas pinalakas ng Pilipinas sa 33rd Southeast Asian Games updates powered by Arena Plus Sportsbook and brought to you by Signal TV, official broadcaster of Thailand 2025. I'm Boom Gonzalez tonight with my partner Jana Ejido.
Oh, magandang gabi, Boom. At sa lahat ng ating sports fans na nakatutok ngayong gabi, well, Team Philippines continues to make us proud in Thailand. Can't wait to talk all about that as they continue to vie for and claim medals in different events at the 33rd Southeast Asian Games.
They certainly have, Jana. We had more athletes and teams who competed today and others who wrapped up their campaigns and also took home medals.
And we have their highlights, interviews, stories, and more in our show tonight. So let's get things started with an update on our medal tally.
All right, here we go. Another day of competition has boosted the Philippines' medal count. As of 10:30 p.m., our athletes have collected 14 gold medals, 23 silvers, and 52 bronzes for a total of 89 medals. Still sitting on the top spot is host Thailand, with 94 golds, 59 silvers, and 36 bronzes for a total of 189 medals. Indonesia, which was at third spot for quite some time, overtook Vietnam just a while ago to claim the second spot. The Indonesians rack it up 31 golds, 42 silvers, and 35 bronzes for a total of 108.
Trailing behind them is Vietnam with 30 golds, 27 silvers, and 53 bronze medals. Then coming in at fourth and fifth are Singapore and Malaysia, respectively.
Now, the Philippines is currently sixth in the medal standings, with several of our athletes performing well today, such as Kayla Sanchez, who by herself has already 3 golds, the latest of which was from that 100-meter backstroke event. She made it look really easy, in my opinion. The hope, of course, is that Team Philippines will keep on building momentum and win more medals in the days to come.
Well, I love hearing that, Boom. Well, Kayla is the most B-medal athlete
right now
for Team Philippines right now.
And she's not done yet.
Yeah, I mean, she's 5 for 5. She's been competing since the first day.
Correct.
And, well, 5 medals for her. That's 3 golds and 2 silvers.
Yeah,
in just day 4.
And on her, as we're looking at right now, scenes from that 100-meter backstroke event, it's her dad's birthday today. So, you know, it was extra special. Her whole family is there in Thailand, something she never experienced in the last SEA Games because it was a pandemic. So, you know, she looked so focused. Actually, when she won the gold, her reaction after was a bit...
so calm.
Correct.
Yes.
Like, you know, I've done this before.
Like, you wouldn't have guessed that this is a woman who's gotten 3 golds already.
That's
but you know what?
That's an Olympic confidence for you.
Kind of. Well, we expected that from her. Of course, she's an Olympian and she's bringing that caliber into the SEA Games.
Correct.
She's going to have so many days to keep competing on. And, well, I hope she picks up momentum moving forward. And speaking of momentum, our Alas Filipinas men's volleyball team is off to a blazing start in their SEA Games campaign. I watched that match, that straight set victory. Well, after winning their opening match this afternoon. And the Philippines was tested by Myanmar in their match, but managed to complete a hard-fought straight sets victory, 25-23, 25-20, and 25-21, to gain the early lead in Group B. The Alas men's squad was led by Brian Bagunas, who fired 18 points, while spikers Mark Espejo and Leo Ordiales added 10 points apiece. The team's next assignment will be Indonesia, their finals rivals way back in the 2019 SEA Games in Manila, in a clash that will take place on Tuesday, December 16.
And I know when people look at the score, if they did not see that match, oh, straight sets. Oh, it's Myanmar, not a volleyball powerhouse. But hey, that first set was testy. We were down 5, 16-21 at that first set.
Then 23 all.
Correct. And things just started to, you know, unravel for Myanmar. Oh, also because we put a lot of pressure. I think obviously our experience in the world stage gave them confidence for that finishing kick in that first set, ultimately winning 25-23 and then sweeping Myanmar in 3 sets. Now, another team that kicked off their stint at the Southeast Asian Games with an impressive victory, also giving us a little bit of a heart attack again is our Gilas Pilipinas women's team. Now, despite facing a fourth quarter deficit, the team scored a victory thanks to a strong finish ignited by stars Casey De La Rosa and newcomer and first-time Sofia Dignadice, who I'm sure bears a familiar surname for longtime PBA fans. De La Rosa, though, finished with 21 points and 12 rebounds, while Dignadice chipped in with 11 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists to help the Philippines claim the win at the Nimibutor Stadium. There you go. Now, following their rousing win, the team looks to complete a sweep of Group B when they take on Singapore tomorrow. Singapore gave us a little bit of a heartbreak in the 3x3 in men's at a 21-21 win over us. So I hope our Gilas Pilipinas women will avenge that defeat. But another pulsating finish in that game earlier, Jana.
Super. When I woke up this morning, that was my first agenda. 10:30 a.m., I'm gonna watch the Gilas women's game, and boom, grabe yung kaba ko. Imagine, it's a come from behind.
Yes. We were down 6 points. We were here in the studio with Cheska earlier, just preparing for the show. And then all of a sudden, we were looking at the score, and it was 66-60. Right? 5 minutes,
yes.
less than 5 minutes. And then a 9-3 spurt by the Philippines to finish off that game and get us a real good feel-good win as our first game in the women's 5x5.
Perfect. More games for them, especially in Group B. Well, now, the 33rd Southeast Asian Games features 50 sports and 574 events, giving thousands of athletes a chance to showcase their talents on the regional stage.
Now, among those events, figure skating, BMX, where our athletes have also distinguished themselves. And to tell us more about these, we have one of our correspondents. We welcome her back, Julia Vargas. Julia!
Hey, Boom and Jana. I have to admit today was quite exhausting, having to go from one venue to another, but all my exhaustion gets thrown out the window whenever I see our very own athletes represent the country with such pride and joy. So 4 of our athletes for figure skating made their debut, 2 with a podium finish, and for BMX racing, we had 3 representing the Philippines, but only 1 made it to the podium.
Hi, Julia. I saw a couple of your interviews with our BMX athletes. Correct me if I'm wrong, Patrick Koo and Daniel Kaluwag. Patrick with the 2 bronzes, which he felt very disappointed about, and Daniel Kaluwag also. Parang the tone of their interviews, there's so much pride, obviously, and you were there. Can you tell us the kind of emotion that they were expressing? Because there seemed, at least to us, there seemed to be a bit of frustration with the results.
Yes, actually, you guys did notice that our veteran and widely decorated athlete himself, Daniel Patrick Kaluwag, was not able to place because he had the biggest challenge of them all, actually. Earlier this year, he shared with me that he lost his mother, so it led him to not having the best preparation out of the team. And Paolo, on the other hand, struggled after his bronze finish in the Asian Championships because actually he was supposed to go to Thailand, to train right after, but he received news that they closed the track just right before he was going to train, and he wasn't able to squeeze in the necessary practice.
Well, thanks for that, Julia. And I know we also have some news about our figure skaters in the medals.
Yes. For figure skating, we have Maxine Bautista as she clinched the silver for Team Philippines with a total score of 129.33 points. And actually, guys, I have a very interesting story. Silver wasn't supposed to be the case for Maxine, as she is in the seniors division and got the highest score. So that means it would have been a gold. But unfortunately, after I spoke to the Philippine Skating Union President, Nikki Chang, she told me that they changed the rules last minute and merged both the juniors and seniors. So with that, Maxine ended with the silver. And we also have Paolo Borromeo, on the other hand, that got a bronze with 128.39 points, sharing that he did all of this for his students back home.
Well, very helpful updates. And that was one of our correspondents, Julia Vargas, who is shining a light on two rather refreshing events here in the SEA Games that produced medals for the country.
Thank you, Julia. And
Enjoy the food, Julia.
And I know it's exhausting. The work is exhausting, but whenever you get to talk to the athletes and whether they talk about their frustration, they talk about their wins, yan ang nakakawalang pagod dyan, Jana. Dahil nakikita mo na yung effort mo becomes a little more worth it. Well, not a little more, a lot worth it. And you know, it is an exhausting job, but they're there also for a reason, Julia, Belle, and everybody else. And they're getting us closer to the action, and not only us, but of course our viewers. And that is the point of this whole thing. So we love what they're doing, and we're going to hear more from them in a bit as we have more inspiring stories from our athletes when we come back here on Tibay at Tatag, mas pinalakas na Pilipinas sa 33rd Southeast Asian Games Updates, powered by Arena Plus Sportsbook and brought to you by Signal TV, official broadcaster of Thailand 2025.
Well, of course, that's what we hope for today, that everyone gets to move a little more comfortable than yesterday. And we saw that naman, everyone was starting to move more loose, and we were able to communicate a lot more better than we did yesterday. So we're going to be riding on this momentum up into the semis. I think yesterday, our goal...
Hello and welcome back. You're still watching Tibay at Tatag, mas pinalakas na Pilipinas sa 33rd Southeast Asian Games Updates, powered by Arena Plus Sportsbook and brought to you by Signal TV, official broadcaster of Thailand 2025.
Well, boom, a common theme among Filipino athletes who completed in today's events is starting strong. We have our Gilas Pilipinas women's team, our Alas Pilipinas men's volleyball team, and we have other squads who also impressed in their debuts.
And to add to that theme of starting strong, we have another squad that has shown early promise in our Alas Pilipinas women's beach volleyball team, with the veteran tandem of Cici Rondina and Bernadette Pons setting the tone. The Philippines completed a 2-0 sweep of Singapore to remain undefeated in competition. The Sipons duo overpowered Singapore's Eliza Chong and Tin Wing Chan in straight sets to give the Philippines the early lead. The pair of Sunny Villapando and Dij Rodriguez in the meantime took down Valerie Lee and Hui Ying Ang to complete the sweep. Now, following their win today and their breakthrough victory over Indonesia yesterday, which ended a 4-year losing streak, the Philippines looks to win their third straight match when they face Malaysia tomorrow.
And you know what, Boom? I just love watching Sipons together because, like, in their previous match, you could see how emotional they were after winning against Indonesia, and then winning against Singapore. It's been such a great stretch of matches for them.
I don't like watching them because there's all abs. All I see is abs. And abs. Nakakainis na. No, but you know, in all seriousness, also in one of the other matches with Sunny Villapando, there was a stretch there of 7 straight aces. in their match that, that's unheard of in beach volleyball. So that was an incredible stretch. I love that. I love the four doing very well. And you talked about momentum earlier, and hopefully it will continue as we go on because, they are determined to come home with medals.
For sure. Meanwhile, let's switch our gears. In boxing, two of our prize fighters have assured themselves of bronze medals and added to our country's medal haul after stepping onto the ring today. Two-time Olympic medalist Nesty Petesio settled for the bronze following a narrow defeat in the women's 60-kilogram semifinal to Indonesia's Hassana Huswatun. Two judges gave the bout to Petesio, but three judges awarded it to her Indonesian foe, ending her campaign with a bronze. Over in the men's 54-kilogram division, Flint Jara also secured at least a bronze following a victory over Indonesia's Daud Flanwarrior in the men's 54-kilogram quarterfinals. Jara edged out his opponent 3-2 and overcame a cut on his left eyebrow to assure himself of a podium finish in his first appearance at the regional showcase.
Nesty Petesio, I'm kind of sure that she is emotional after this. I know it's a bronze.
For sure.
But not making the semifinals because Nesty's window of competition or competing in Southeast Asian Games, Asian Games, and just the last Olympics, we don't know whether she's going to compete again in 4 years or in this case in 3 more years. So she wants to rack up as many golds or silvers as possible. So I know for a fact, having spent time with Nesty, that this is, to her, this is settling, having a bronze. And I was chatting with SecGen Marcos earlier, and he said that she should have won that match. But ito na yung problema dyan pagdating sa combat sports. And when you're in another country, it's either it has to be a decisive win or else you just never know what can happen.
Well, I was watching interviews of Nesty after that match, and she was really saying that I was sure that I was going to win that. And she was also talking about the 1-year gap that she had from playing in Paris to playing now. And of course, one of the big factors also her shift in the weight class.
Category, yeah.
She said she was used to playing in 57, competing in the 57 kilograms. So this was also an adjustment for her. And guess what? She's looking forward Asian Games.
All right. Well, as sad as it is, we're still very proud. We're very happy for Nesty Petesio. Now, from one combat sport in boxing, we go to another in judo, where our athletes are still competing against the best judokas of the region.
Right now, we'll talk to someone who got close to all the judo action today.
How close?
One of our correspondents, malalaman natin yan, kay Bel Gregorio.
Hey, Bel!
Hey, Bel, what's up? Nakapag-uwi ba tayo ng mga medalya sa judo?
Yes, prior to today, we already had 2 silver medals and 2 bronze medals from our judokas yesterday.
Yep.
And the momentum continued today, December 13. We had 5 more judokas who competed in individual combat. And what a day it was, because we had a gold medal thanks to Chino C in the minus 100 kilogram category. And we also claimed a silver medal thanks to John Viron Ferrer or JV Ferrer in the minus 81 kilogram division. Very interesting journeys for these young men. Chino, our gold medalist, is no stranger to the SEA Games, but this is actually his first time to compete in judo. When he made his SEA Games debut, when he made the SEA Games debut in 2019, it was for Sambo, where he won gold in Sambo Sport, minus 82 kilograms. And then in Cambodia, he joined wrestling for the minus 97 kilograms, where he won silver. Now, I asked him, Chino, what made you decide to shift to judo for the SEA Games? And he said it's because he was granted the Olympic Solidarity Scholarship to pursue judo. So he wanted to compete for judo in Thailand so he could also secure a spot in the LA 2028 Olympics. So he's taking active steps to get closer to that dream. Meanwhile, the silver of John Viron or JV Ferrer marks his 7th SEA Games medal, as he already had 3 bronzes from mixed combat in the past, a bronze from 2019 for the 100 kilogram division, a silver in 2021 for the 90 kilogram division, followed by his silver this year in minus 81 kilograms, his third weight class change for the SEA Games. So truly a lot of sacrifices from our judokas to raise our flag in Thailand, and they are not done yet because tomorrow they will have the mixed combat. Another day para maipakita ang tunay na Tibay at Tatag mas pinalakas na Pilipinas para sa 33rd Southeast Asian Games.
Belle, I thought when you talked to Chino and asked him why
Judo?
Yeah, well, I'm bored. You know, wrestling, judo.
Been there, done that.
Diba?
Yeah.
He's going through all the combat sports, but that's as much of a stud this guy is. And of course, to JV Ferrer, hats off with their accomplishments. What are you personally looking forward to, Belle, in terms of tomorrow, since you're spending time with the judokas?
Well, I'm looking forward to how they'll continue the momentum from the last 2 days and how they'll work together in their mixed combat events. We also had a couple of athletes, a couple of judokas earlier who didn't make it to the medal matches. So I'm pretty sure they are really, yes, they're pretty hyped up and fueled to bounce back and claim podium finishes tomorrow.
All right, thanks for the updates. And that was one of our correspondents, Belle Gregorio, straight from Bangkok, telling us more about our judo team. Thank you, Belle.
Thank you very much, Belle, and we'll hear from you soon again. We have more from Team Philippines, including a taste of tomorrow's event, since she was talking about that when we come back here on Tibay at Tatag, mas pinalakas na Pilipinas sa 33rd Southeast Asian Games updates, powered by Arena Plus Sportsbook and brought to you by Signal TV, official broadcaster of Thailand 2025.
Well, of course, that's what we hope for today, that everyone gets to move a little more comfortable than yesterday. And we saw that naman, everyone was starting to move more loose, and we were able to communicate a lot more better than we did yesterday. So we're going to be riding on this momentum up into the semis. I think yesterday, our goal for the team was really to just purpose to stick to the system. It's just Thailand put a lot of pressure on us. They never let up because they gave us that much respect also. And alam nila kasi if they give us any type of momentum, we will take advantage of that. And today, it's the same goal. Just stick to the system, try to get more momentum and get more connections going on. And we got that naman today. Yes, we were a lot more comfortable talaga, but not because we were complacent about our opponent. We wanted to give the same respect to Singapore because we know that they were doing their best to prepare also for us, and they're not just any team, we're also their national team. It's not just you playing in your own sport, it's the Philippines playing as a whole delegation. So nakakatuwa na the other sports come over to support us because this is a very important game. We had to win this game to move up into the semifinals, and hopefully we do get the time to support them as well.
From the back row, good block.
You are still watching Tibay at Tatag, mas pinalakas na Pilipinas sa 33rd Southeast Asian Games updates, powered by Arita Plus Sportsbook and brought to you by Signal TV, official broadcaster of Thailand 2025. I love doing this show, you know why, Jana? Because in
Tell
the
me.
morning, I get started with good news, and then at the end of the night, end of the day, it's great news.
Well, I'm happy the SEA Games is this long.
Right?
And it's only day 4. We have until December, December 21st.
Correct.
You're going to have a bunch of those good days.
Yeah, so you know, like we were talking about waking up and then watching a basketball game. There's tennis to look forward to. There's more volleyball to look forward to. There's those kids from skateboarding that I love listening to. So these are things that I look forward to. So I hope the audience feels the same way when they wake up to us and you know, have a nightcap
Ito
with
na
us.
pala yung SEA Games diet ko for
Yan.
the whole December. I'm not
Perfect.
thinking about what I'm eating for Christmas. This is it. Because looking ahead tomorrow, the stakes are very high for Team Philippines, as several of our athletes will fight for more medals in different sporting events.
Now, we start off with our Gilas Pilipinas women's team. They will battle Singapore at 10 in the morning.
Ayan.
See, right? 10 in the morning.
My
And
alarm
we-
is set.
Correct. And we will be reporting on that one at 12 noon here on the show. So our Gilas Pilipinas men's team will make their much-awaited debut also when they face Malaysia in their first game.
Well, our women's beach volleyball team, led by Cici Rondina and Bernadette Pons, the Sipons duo, look to sustain their hot start when they face Malaysia at 11:10 a.m. Sunod-sunod.
Yep.
In the afternoon, we will switch over to indoor volleyball when our Alas Pilipinas women's team takes on Vietnam in the semifinals. I'm excited for that
Yeah,
also.
that's big. You know, that will be the 5th time that we are meeting Vietnam this year.
Very familiar names
Yeah.
already. We've
Yes.
got to memorize those Vietnamese.
Although there are some names that are not there, which increases our chances we win that. We go to the finals, by the way.
Fingers
Also,
crossed.
our weightlifters, yeah, and exciting, will be in action when pioneering Pinay Olympic gold medalist Hyland Diaz, as well as Dave Pacaldo and Albert de los Santos, they will be competing 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. respectively. And of course, finally, our women's football team will face host Thailand in what should be an exciting semi-final match at 7 p.m. against the home team. So that's going to be really crucial. It's a loaded schedule for Team Philippines tomorrow. It's certainly a good time to be a sports fan cheering for our athletes.
Maybe I'd have got my Sunday sorted out. I mean, all these games, I'm looking forward to lots, but I want to talk about that football match.
Game.
Especially after we won against Malaysia. And what
Right.
was such a large margin, 6-0. I remember Paulo Del Rosario was at the show the other day, was telling me about how the quotient is going to matter heading into the semifinals. At ayun na nga, we are facing Thailand. That is going to be huge because we are going to be facing a mammoth of a crowd
No
like we
question.
have these past few days.
No question. And Thailand will definitely have their eyes on the Philippines. I'm also looking forward to, as we mentioned, Alas Pilipinas, the women's team going up against Vietnam. Some key players won't be there in Vietnam, but there's still going to be, of course, T3, T4, T5, T6. Andun lang yun. So, and obviously, we're coming off a big win against Singapore. There's momentum there. But Vietnam is a whole different level of volleyball altogether. We get that. We go straight into the final. So, and then the debut of Gilas Pilipinas, the men's also.
Much awaited.
We're looking forward to that.
Yes, let's hope all the best for our athletes. And of course, certainly a good weekend to spend binge watching Team Philippines in action at the 33rd Southeast Asian Games on One Sports Plus, RPTV, and on Signal Channel 261, as well as the One Sports YouTube channel.
Yeah, that's where I watched the volleyball games earlier. And that wraps up our show for tonight. This is Tibay at Tatag, mas pinalakas na Pilipinas sa 33rd Southeast Asian Games. The updates powered by Arita Plus Sportsbook. Bring home the win, support our national athletes as they represent the country at the SEA Games. I'm Boom Gonzalez.
And I'm Jana Ejido. Thank you and have a safe and pleasant evening.